Pacers trading guard Malcolm Brogdon to the Boston Celtics. This is sources telling our Adrian Wojnarowski earlier this afternoon. Celtics are sending back Daniel Tice, Aaron Nesmith, Malik Fitz, Nick Stauskas, Juwan Morgan, and a 2023 first-round pick. That's what goes to Indiana in the trade for Brogdon. I assume that there are other ancillary, outcomes with regard to those guys.
Yes.
But you spent a lot of time, Tim, covering the Celtics this season. What do you make of this move?
This is a really big all-in move by the Boston Celtics. Now, it's not an all-in move from the sense that they gave up assets for him. They gave up their first-round pick in next year's draft, which frankly should be a pretty low first-round pick given how good they're probably going to be. And they gave up all 5 of those players that you named in there, Dan. None of those guys were among their top 8 players in their playoff rotation. So this is the Boston Celtics taking on a ton of money this year and in the future, but doing so to add a playmaking guard, the exact kind of guy that Brad Stevens and Ime Udoka talked about at the end of the season, the president of basketball operations, the coach of the Celtics. They needed to take this team to the next level because when you saw in the NBA Finals, when they went up against the Golden State Warriors, the Celtics lost that series on offense. Their defense held the Warriors down. Steph Curry was incredible in that series, deserving Finals MVP, was unbelievable. But they held the Warriors around 100 points a game in that series. Boston could not score in that series. And Brad Stevens said at his end-of-season press conference, this team needed to add playmaking and having more ball movement out there. Malcolm Brogdon averages 19 and 5. He's a 37% career three-point shooter. He is a huge pickup for this team as they try to finally get another championship.
When was the last time the Celtics paid the luxury tax?
I believe about a decade ago.
Okay, they're headed into the tax big time here with this move, Dan. They're headed towards around $30 million in tax, and they may not even be done doing their roster yet. So that's a huge investment by the ownership, who doesn't typically go this far, trying to get another piece that could lead them to that one more step to the championship. Now, terrific value in terms of this because they give a protected first-round pick essentially in the ancillary pieces. But I will say, Brogdon is owed about $68 million over the next 3 years. That is why the Pacers were willing to trade him for a low price, relatively. And he's had injury problems. He's averaged about 48 games over the last 3 seasons.
Last year he played 33, to your point.
I think 36, but whatever it was. He has foot issues, knee issues. So it is a tremendous talent add, but there does come some baggage with him, which is why they're able to do the deal.
And the one other thing that's interesting about this trade from a Celtics standpoint is in the past, when Danny Ainge was running the team, they would hoard their draft picks and wait to get a star, like when they got Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
This is 3 straight trades now over the past calendar year to get Al Horford, Derek White, and Malcolm Brogdon, 3 good players, but like role players and kind of high-end talent role players that Brad Stevens has used first-round picks to get. And it's been a marked change in strategy, and it was a big reason why the Celtics got to the finals last year, and it's why they're hoping to get back there again.
Right. I mean, they're right there. You talk about taking them to the next level. That's literally 2 more wins,
That's right.
To get a championship. So do you make them the favorite coming out of the East again next year?
Well, I think the East is a little bit bunched together, and let's see where Kevin Durant ends up.
Great point.
Because if he shows up in Miami in the fall, we may have a different discussion.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think as of right now, given the uncertainty in Brooklyn, and I mean, we said before we thought the most likely outcome is for Durant to go to Phoenix. This is a huge move for me. I thought the Bucks were the favorite in the East. Right now, if Malcolm Brogdon's healthy, I think the Celtics are right there. I mean, that's a really big-time move for them to be able to not only get a guy of Brogdon's caliber, but to not give up anybody credible off their roster from their rotation. I did not think they could make a move like that. Pretty big thing for them.
All right, Eastern Conference champs making moves to try and get them over that 2-win hump to a title.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.